Hello everyone to a wonderful, beautiful, almost summer day here in Bavaria, Germany, and this is the BMW iX2. We have a 65 kilowatt hours usable energy battery in here. WLTP range is around 420 kilometers. It can charge with AC 11 kilowatt and DC has a peak of 130 kilowatt. And I just measured from 10 to 80%, takes 29 minutes. You can have two versions of this car, a front wheel drive version with 150 kilowatt, 204 horsepower, or this all wheel drive version that I have here with 313 horsepower. The trunk you open very easily when you press the BMW logo. Of course you have the gesture control, and the rear view camera here, I can see that here can be sprayed so you can clean it. But you do this, and what's weird is this. Sounds a bit weird. The trunk is a good size. You have two pockets on each side, one with a net, and you have a second floor that is gigantic. And my favorite, close the trunk and lock the car buttons up here. Here on the rear seat, this seat is in my position and no easy entry is on, so it doesn't move forward. This is my position. I'm 180 centimeters tall, that's 6 feet around, and with my knees I'm touching this, and it also has to go up. I'm not even fitting underneath here. It's not a comfortable position back here. The headrest is okay. I have no headroom. I'm touching the roof here. This car has a panoramic roof. It's not the full size, but okay. We have an armrest, which is okay, and this is soft as well. I have two USB-Cs here in the rear and my air vents and a whatever, it's not even a pocket, I would say, and a net. But there's not, I wouldn't say there's a lot of space for four grown-ups in here, and the seat is in the lowest position, and I can barely put my feet underneath here, but that happens a lot. Here in the front, seating position is really good. I can adjust it very well. Steering wheel is adjusted manually, and I have this much headroom, so space here in the front is nice. I also can have a nice distance to the steering wheel. Steering wheel is BMW, very thick, and it's weird when you drive a different car than the other car. The steering wheel feels like it's tiny when you're used to this. Everyone has to be different. It's comfortable. Armrests in the door and in the middle is nice, and I can reach all the buttons. I can reach the screen. I have everything that I need. My memory seats and everything, electric seats. I have good amount of pockets here and space. I have two cup holders, my wireless charging for the phone, and two USB-Cs, and I can put the phone here in the middle as well if I want to. So there's space to put stuff, and I like it. Let's talk about the interior and what you can do with the car when it comes to buttons. As in the i5, very similar here. At the light, you also have a button to get into your light settings, which is awesome. Not for the seat, but because there's also not a lot of seat settings that you can do. And the screen is really amazing. Going to talk about it in a second. On the steering wheel, the same buttons as in the i5. On the left, you have your cruise control without the distance. On the right, you have your music and interact with the cockpit screen, phone, and of course your voice assist. In the middle down here, we have a start-stop button, our gear that you, again, as in BMW normal, if you want to drive in B, so with a lot of regen, you put it into B. Once you stop or you put it into reverse, you have to do that again. So D and then B. It doesn't remember that. You have your My Modes, drive assist button, auto hold, your music, and your hazards and parking, and that's it. When you turn on the car, you get the BMW sound. Oh my God, your car is on. The cockpit is really nice. You can change the layout, different views, those different things, and you can see different things. There's the standard view, average consumption with your odometer and how much you have driven on the individual drive. Then here in the range you see when you navigate somewhere how far it is and with what state of charge you arrive. I don't know why this is in range, but my God, they chose this. And then you have your assist system, then you have your navigation, so it will show you an arrow in 30 kilometers go right. You can have your map in there or your music. And the head-up display, you have your standard view, assist view, sport view, and that's it. In sport view, you just see how much power you're using. In assist view, you see that this is the car in front of you, what's the distance and everything. This is all what you need in here, and it's awesome. The screen, you interact with the screen way more than, for example, in the i5. And I talk about the i5 because I just had that a week ago. The temperature you can only switch in one steps. To the climate you get with this climate button, and then home button, and then all of your apps button in here. And if you want your seat heater, you have to press on seat, and then you have the seat heating and your steering wheel heating. In the climate you then have all of the things that you need with climate, and also options if you need anything special. You have your map when you click on this, where you can see where you are, and it will plan charging stops for you as well when you navigate very far. And I've noticed, so when you are in a menu and you click around here, some things take 1 or 2 seconds. Some things when you are in a menu, so if I'm here and then I go here and then I go here, it's okay, but some things need a bit. So if I go to assist, it takes 2 seconds to get there. You can adjust your charge limit in 5% steps from, and it goes down to 20%. That's cool. I like that. Why not? Let's put it to 80% as we like it. And you have plug and charge. You can preheat your battery. It even says here you can do it now and it will take 5 minutes. Doesn't say charging power or anything, but you can do that. That's so cool, and I think we should drive. The trip data is also cool. You see your average consumption time, kilometers, and how much you regenerated. So with your braking, and you have from the start, from charging individual, which you can reset, the other ones you can't, and since the factory. This car has 203 watt-hours per kilometer in 4,200 kilometers. Yeah, driving. This is a hard topic for me with this car because it's not to my liking. I'm gonna tell you what it does, and if this is something that you like, this car is perfect for you. It's not for me. I like it differently. So it's all very soft and very sensitive. And the steering is extremely soft but very direct and very sensitive. A tiny movement and you drive somewhere else. The same with the accelerator pedal. And regen is strong and comes in good, but depending on the speed, it's a different strength. So and then the suspension too. It's all, in general, it's comfortable, but it's not amazing. And so all of those three things together, for me it feels jerky, because you have to be extremely sensitive to make it a comfortable drive, because don't touch the steering wheel too much, don't steer too much, there's a bump, that's the overspeed warning. And the car itself does that also. It's also problems when I have it in self-steering on a country road where it's not just straight, where there's a few corners but not strong corners. I also noticed that it doesn't know what to do and it's still jerky, and not my thing. The power is great, 313 horsepower here in this all-wheel drive version. And again, as BMW has, we have this boost button. When you press this for 10 seconds, you have full power. You don't have to be in sport mode. And again, this is the jerkiness, but I talk about this in every BMW. That's what they do. When you have a constant accelerator pedal position and you press this, you accelerate. And when the 10 seconds are over, you decelerate. So I'm not a fan. Cruise control. Just activate it with the IO button here, and it sets it to the speed that you were driving. And then when you press set, it will take the speed limit that you recognized for this stretch, and you can set it that it should be minus to 10-15 kilometers an hour difference. So I have plus 10, and then it does this, and I'm gonna turn off the speed warning now. Annoying. And now it drives 110. You can switch between the limiter, cruise control, and assistant drive where it steers itself. On the country road, like I said before, it's okay, it's not amazing. On the highway, it's pretty good. And it doesn't need a lot of touch, so it notices that you're there, which is always awesome. I hate the steering against it or have to hold it like crazy. This is not a comfortable position. In those cars, I usually turn self-steering off because it's just more hassle than just steering. The distance, again, you have to do in the car setting. It's not on the steering wheel, but it's a few steps, and then you have three distances that you can select. The speed change when it comes to this, again, even if you are in efficient mode and you want to drive slower, or a car is in front of you suddenly, or you can accelerate, or you press set to get the next speed limit, or it does it automatically, which you can also set. This is all, again, jerky. So it slows down very fast and abruptly, and it accelerates with too much power. It's not very comfortable. On the highway it's okay, but on a country road it's too much, and it's not a nice feeling. I just saw something in the options which are awesome for navigation. Navigation, you can go to charging, and then it should select charging stops if you have a longer trip. And you can say arrive at the charging station 10% and at the destination 25%, blah, blah, blah. And then it says prefer selected charging networks, and then when you press that, it gives you a QR code. It will lead you into the app, and in the app I can select Ionity, Aral, Pulse, Aldi, I don't know, billions are here that you can select. And then it will only use those preferred chargers, which is amazing. So far though, I have done it in the app. It's not in the car yet, even though it says it just did that. So I don't know if it doesn't work, but down here you can just select AC, DC in HPCs. But so far it's not in the car. Hope maybe the car has to stop and then it works, but right now it doesn't work. Then let's accelerate the BMW iX2 xDrive 30, 313 horsepower. I'm gonna go here on the straight, put it in boost and accelerate. .42 seconds, as always, not valid on this stretch. We're gonna turn around. .58 seconds, and it's verified. That's a good number, and it really has punch. Feels good. I'm in sport mode. Steering is now harder, but still very direct and sensitive. Power is a bit more on accelerator pedal. We'll see. At 130, the car is really quiet, more quiet than most other cars. 150, still quiet. I like the noise level in here. Now we drive 180, top speed is 100, and I think it shows 186. And with that steering and the suspension, it's just so jerky, it moves around all the place, it's not stable, it's not a nice feeling. If you need an overview of all of your charging sessions, all of your trips, your average consumption, your AC to DC ratio, then Tronity is exactly your thing. A lot of cars are supported. You just connect the app or your web browser to your car, and then everything will be recorded, what you do, where you drive, and all of your charging sessions. They also have a 100% tax compliant driver's logbook, which is awesome if you have a business or if you have to show your employee what you have charged or driven. My viewers get 25% off if they use the link in the description below. If you want to follow me on Instagram, BatteryLife1, and if you want to support the channel, there's a Patreon link in the description below, and here on YouTube there's also channel membership. But that's it for me. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day and take care. Bye.